Hey there everyone, welcome back to another stream of drawing. And we ended up with this so far last time. And oh crap, I'm back. I accidentally had my Twitch open, so I was getting double voice there. Anyway, we're back with another stream of drawing, and I'm actually going to do something a little bit different this time. Hello, Coley. I don't know if you're still here or if that was just from the last stream I did for like 30 seconds. But anyway, hope you make it back in here. Alright, so I learned a few things over the last week with how I want to go about this. So we're actually going to blow away all this color that we did. And I'm going to do outline first. And there's going to be some neat little tricks that hopefully I am good at applying. And we'll see how it goes. Anyway, I got some different brushes here. I got Jazza's pack. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of Jazza, but he's got a really awesome YouTube channel with a lot of drawing stuff, so I was watching a few of his videos this week. Hello, Collie. Welcome back. Sorry for the little blip in the stream. Hey, Paradox! Okay, so what I'm gonna do is actually ink this out first, and then we're gonna have, hopefully some slightly easier ways to go about coloring, and it'll, I think, maybe look more along the lines of what I was thinking. I want it to be kind of comic booky in a way, like not, it won't be flat per se, but I think I was going a little overboard with trying to paint and making it a little too hard for myself. So we're gonna do this ink brush here. Whoops. Let's see what it looks like. Well, that's the wrong color, for starters. Oh. That's why we were on the wrong layer. Okay. Whoops. Oh, now I need to get my photo up here. I mean, I have my little sketch, but I still want the photo for reference, just in case I don't quite do it the way I want. Hello, Nates! Welcome to the stream, and hi, Paradox. I think I already said hi to you. Can't remember. Hi again, anyway! Alright, so the thing that's gonna be the trickiest for me is line quality, because I am not drawing on a Cintiq like a lot of artists do. Like real digital artists. So it's gonna be a little bit trickier for me to make this look super nice. Yeah, because my line quality is just not very good. Oh my gosh. I just may have to do a bit of refining until I get better at this. Preferably, I get these all in one stroke so that they don't get like jagged edges on the lines, but I don't know how well I'm gonna do with that for now. Let's work on the eyes though, since the eyes are key. Yeah, see, this is what I'm talking about. Just now it's gonna be all jagged. Rawr! Oh well. I'll get better. And, you know, perhaps I will draw pictures again for those of you who have to deal with me being really bad. Actually, I should do it this way. No. Oh my gosh, this is gonna be the most boring stream ever. Uh-oh, my friend is texting me about the haunted house we're supposed to go to tonight. He wants to pre-drink. That might mean I don't stream for very long, depending on what time he wants to go. Yeah, I'm going to a haunted house. It's called the Georgetown Morgue. Doing that tonight, and it actually is at a real morgue. So that will be interesting. I hear it's pretty scary as far as, like, haunted houses where they can't touch you goes. If they could... I don't know if I could handle a haunted house where they were allowed to touch you. Like, I enjoy being scared when I know that I'm safe, but it's like, oof. I'm not sure I could do one of those houses where they're allowed to touch you. Bring a hot plate and a large knife and fork to the morgue. Yeah. Have some delicious bodies to eat. Oh, there's an episode of It's Always Sunny where they did that. I believe it. I haven't seen, like, all of It's Always Sunny, but I've definitely seen enough of that show to imagine them doing that. I don't know. I have mixed feelings about that show. I know some people will crucify me for even saying that, but it's like, I really enjoy the shows about awful people, such as, like, Arrested Development, you know, but they're just, like, a little too realistically horrible of people in It's Always Sunny. Hello, Fromac. Welcome. Trying to figure out, is this supposed to be that jagged of an edge? I think that must be the way the brush is. It looks okay from a distance, though. I just realized I'm, like, all hunched up with my shoulders leaning into my screen. I definitely shouldn't do that, or else I'm not going to last very long. Oof. You know what I should probably do? Zoom out a bit. So how's everybody's weeks? Hopefully everything's going well for you all. I'll clean up the edges later. Looks like I'm gonna need some practice just doing brush strokes in my near future. Paradox says my week went pretty good. I got a new game called Gold Rush that's absolute garbage, but still fun to play. I think I've heard of that. Is it a free game? I can't remember if that's the one I'm thinking of or not. What's up, Lainey? Welcome to the stream. Just doing some inking here. Oh, I should probably show you guys, too, in case you weren't here last stream, what I am drawing from. This is the photo that Paradox sent me. And so I am drawing him and his lovely wife. Does your wife know that I'm drawing a photo of you guys? Not that it matters, just curious. Do I play Overwatch? Yes, I do. Well, sort of. I haven't played Overwatch in ages, but I've been thinking about picking it back up again, especially since, like, I don't really plan on making a whole lot of, Let's Play videos anymore. I think I just want to stick to the streaming thing, so I might play it while streaming. I've just been kind of taking a bit of a break from as much gaming right now, but I'll probably want to get back into it later. Paradox says, no, it just came out October 13th or so. Apparently it's based off of the show Gold Rush. I've never seen it, but it's just a gold mining simulator game, very much like Farming Simulator, which I love. And yes, my wife is sitting next to me. Awesome! Yeah, Farming Simulator is great. I don't know if I've played 2017. I can't remember which one I've played. I've only played one of them, but it was pretty fun. I didn't get very far, but I enjoyed it. I should pick it back up again. Yep, I'm just gonna have to have some line cleanup later. Right now, the important part is making sure all of my outlines touch each other, because what I'm gonna do is actually, like, paint bucket fill tool these sections, and then do this neat little thing called using them as a clipping mask, and that way I can paint each section without going outside of the lines, which is kind of what I was attempting to do last time, but in a very poor way. Loud fox noises. Hey Fern. Hey Cobalt. Welcome to the stream. Oh my gosh, fox noises. Foxes are the cutest. They also make the weirdest noises ever, but cute at the same time. Lainey says, I know that you're taking a break from games, but you should play H1Z1 if you haven't. I do not, unfortunately, but a very dear friend of mine really likes that game. I hear it's pretty fun. Fox noises are annoying and precious at the same time. I agree. Ugh. What is my issue? I'm right-handed, so it's like the easiest for me to make strokes where I'm like drawing towards my hand. I think I'm probably gonna need to make some adjustments to these mouths later. We'll have to see what they look like when we get them colored in. And there we go, making really ugly strokes. Meh. Old habits are hard to break. Sorry, autocorrect. Yeah, I figured what you were saying. No big deal. Speaking of canines, I saw a gray wolf today. It was so fluffy, I couldn't pet it though. Wow, you saw a gray wolf? Was it like out in the wild or some sort of like animal enclosure thing? Or... Paradox says you're too hard on yourself. You're really good at this. Well, thank you. I am definitely hard on myself, which, you know, if I'm not at least a little hard on myself, I will never, oops, I will never get better, of course, but I could maybe be a little less hard on myself. It's just like, when I've been watching these videos of other people doing this stuff, and I'm like, oh my god, they're so amazingly good. It's like, both encouraging and frustrating at the same time. Because, like, I was looking at this artist's stuff yesterday. I don't even remember his name off the top of my head, but he's got some really awesome, like, he basically does fan art of just, like, anything nerdy, essentially. And it's so amazingly good, and it kind of looks like comic book art, like webcomics. And I read his bio, and he was born the same year as me. I'm like, oh my god. I hate this man. Cobalt says it was an ambassador animal. They take him to events to show people that wolves aren't monsters like a lot of people think. Well, that's good. I certainly don't think wolves are monsters. That's too bad that a lot of people think that. I mean, they're not exactly portrayed the best in a lot of movies and stuff. Like, Beauty and the Beast probably made everybody think that wolves are terrible. Lainey asked, sorry, I don't know if it's Lainey or Lanny. I'm assuming it's Lainey, but please correct me if I'm wrong. What do you mostly play? I forget. Well, that's a loaded question. For a while, I was just kind of playing whatever was, like, kind of new and potentially popular. But before I was, like, doing my YouTube channel, I pretty much played Dota all the time and, like, nothing else. So, if any of you are friends with me on Steam, you know that I have, like, 2,400 hours played in Dota. And that doesn't even count, like, all the hours that I played in Dota 1 before it was on Steam. Cobalt says that's exactly why they need to have ambassador animals. Yeah, totally makes sense. this before I forget. Also, why am I not doing this on full screen? There we go. That's close to my ARC hours. Just checked, I hit 3K hours. Wow, and that's like super impressive because ARC hasn't been out for that long. I mean, compared to Dota 2. Then again, I haven't really played Dota much over the last 2 years, so I guess I accumulated those hours in not a very large amount of time either. Guys, I need to learn how to hold my pen more relaxed because my hand is already sore. I'm just like being way too tense right now because I'm trying to be precise here. And excuse me, I need to see what my friend is saying. I don't want to ignore him. Let me check real quick here. Gotta figure out where to meet up for beers beforehand, you know. A good chunk of those hours were put in while I was still in school. Yeah, that's like when I got all of my World of Warcraft hours in. Because, you know, who needs to do schoolwork when you can play video games, right? I think the way I was making this painting the other day, it was gonna end up just looking like you had taken your photo and put some like Photoshop filter on it. So hopefully this way it will actually look like somebody drew it. That's the worst thing ever, when you make a creation and then it's like, oh, I could have just put a Photoshop filter on this and it would look just as good. Like, I'm sure nobody ever makes mosaic drawings anymore because Photoshop can just do that. Cobalt says, the people who brought Logan to the event I was at have 2 other wolves and 3 foxes. Oh, that's amazing! Also, how fitting that they named it Logan. I assume that must be after Wolverine. I mean, Wolverine's not a wolf, but he kind of is wolf-like, you know? need to zoom in on this. Whoops. I'm not good enough at drawing shirts to just make this up. That's another thing I need to practice, is clothing! I do eventually want to get through all of these drawings that I promised you guys. Well, I guess like I said, I didn't really promise anyone, which is why they're free, but I might, like, take a break in between a couple of these and just, like, do some exercises, and I can potentially stream those if you want as well. But I want to... There's a lot of things I want to practice. Instead of just straight up drawing things, which is good. That's technically practicing. But I want to, like, focus on some specific things that I think would just make me better overall. Tipsy Fish! Hey, welcome! Here to stalk you again, hope you enjoy. Of course. Paradox, sorry I picked such a hard photo. No, I don't... No, it's not really that hard. And I could have said no to you if I wanted. I'm just realizing as I'm doing these that, like, oh yeah, I'm, like, way more out of practice than I thought, and I want to work on a few things. Like, when I was younger, I drew a lot of anime, and all of my, like, superhero girls and stuff, they just all had skin-tight clothing. So I never really practiced how to properly draw clothing. All of my anime girls were wearing the same material all the time. I blame Sailor Moon. Yes, I definitely watched Sailor Moon when I was a teenager. I drew a lot of South Park when I was younger because I wasn't allowed to watch it. That's funny. I wasn't allowed to watch it either. I mean, for good reason. It's not exactly a show for kids, you know. I'm not sure if I were a parent, I'd want my kids watching it if they're, like, at a certain age, you know? I'm probably gonna find that I'm not closing all these lines very well, so I'll have to see what happens when we use the paint bucket tool, and I'll just come back and modify things a bit. You know, I'd make this easier on myself if I just used a bigger brush instead of having to go back over all these lines, wouldn't I? Stream is buffering? Seriously? Okay, good. Cobalt says, I can barely draw anything. Whenever I do draw, I draw either animals, planes, spaceships, tanks, or landscapes. Well, that's a pretty big variety, and they don't usually end up looking very good. Well, I mean, like I said, I need to practice stuff, so I'm sure if you practice, you can get better too. But that's a lot more of a variety of things than I drew growing up. I pretty much drew people, and that was it. And by people, I mean women. I did not draw men really at all till I like went to animation school, and then we had a life drawing class that we had to go to, and that was when I started learning some anatomy stuff too. But I still need to get better at anatomy as well. Oh, come on. Wow. I did a lot of sketches of Pandora Hearts, but not much else. Never really got into anime. I don't know, is Pandora Hearts an anime and like the only one that you got into? I don't know what Pandora Hearts is. Whoa, 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 what are you doing, tablet? Stop. It's an anime, yes. Got into that, watched a half dozen others. Cobalt says, I cannot draw people, the best I can manage is stick figures. Gotta start somewhere. People definitely seem to be, like, one of the harder things to draw from what I've heard others say, so I guess it's good that I was into drawing people, so that I'm not, like, learning how to draw them now. But obviously I can still get better. No! Come on. Doesn't like how hard I was pressing. Stop it! Oh my god. Sometimes drawing with a tablet is the worst. I don't even know what setting I would have to turn off to get it to stop doing that. I think it's considered right-click? Well, that's right-click. Yeah, weird. I don't know. Oh my gosh. Cut it out! It's like, anytime I want to just try and go in here and do a little bit of detail, it's flipping out on me. Paradox says, I just also drew a lot of those 90 S's that are just made of lines. Haha! Oh, you mean this? This guy? Boop! Boop! Aw, yeah! I'm gonna leave that on there, just for you. This is a super existential thing to say, but have you ever just stepped away from life for a second and thought about how strange people look in general? Oh yeah! All the time. Yes, that! Yay, stream delays! Obviously I drew that a lot too, because I knew exactly what you were talking about. Alright, I'm gonna need to sketch out the fingers. It's too difficult for me to just go in there and make an outline before I've really sketched it out. Okay. Ugh. See? Hands suck. I actually did spend a lot of time drawing hands as a kid. Like, I was really bad at them. So, I used to just sit down with, like, a JCPenney catalog and go through and draw the hands of all of the models. And just, like, have full sheets in my sketchbook of drawing hands, and it definitely helped, but it seems like I should probably do that again sometime. Along with other body parts. Hehehe. Just kidding. But seriously. I actually drew a couple Star Wars comics when I was really little. I just filled up a pack of index cards with Rebel and Imperial ships fighting and the Death Star 3 blowing up. That sounds awesome. I used to draw Disney characters a lot growing up. I had like pretty much every how to draw Disney book because when I was a kid there wasn't an internet. And I had to draw from books. I'm showing my age now. But the downside of that is that now every time I draw people, they look like Disney characters. Case in point, the characters I am drawing now. I have no- oh my god, no, no, I can't even, what? I can't even make it through that sentence. I have never seen a Disney movie before. How are you human? Are you an alien? Did you grow up on another planet? I don't understand. How have you not seen a Disney movie? What? Like, that's just... You have to consciously avoid seeing a Disney movie for that to be a true statement. I don't understand. Like, even as a child, how do you... What? No. You just... That is the most mind-blowing thing I've ever heard in my entire life. You are deprived. That's all I can tell you. Because there are some super amazing Disney movies out there. Oh my god, this hand looks so bad. What is my problem? Okay. Alright, we're gonna try this again. I probably should have made a better, like, sketch before trying to do that. I never realized, like, just how weird of a perspective this is on your hand. I don't think I've ever drawn a hand in this pose before. And it's apparently messing with me. But I will not be one of those people that doesn't draw the hand, dagnabbits. Cobalt says, I really wish I could draw animals properly. Whenever I succeed in drawing an animal that looks good, I feel like I've conquered an entire country. Scree! Tipsy Fish says, yay, I've blown your mind again. Have you blown my mind before? In the past? I don't remember. Must not have been terribly mind-blowing if I don't remember. I like Disney movies, but none of my favorite animated movies are Disney, though. Most of my favorite studios no longer exist, as far as I know. Oh, really? So, what are your favorite studios? I would be curious to know. Favorite studios / favorite movies. Don't get me wrong, I am not like this crazy Disney fangirl that is hung up on only Disney movies, but I definitely wanted to be a Disney animator when I was growing up. At least I ended up being an animator. I'm not sure I'd want to work for Disney anyway as an adult, because I've heard about like some not great things of working for them. But, you know, when you're a child, like, you don't care about that kind of stuff. Oh, when I found out your actual age. Yeah, you're right. You're so much younger than I thought you were. Oh, Balto, yeah. I think that might have just been 20th Century Fox. I could be wrong, but I know Fox made a lot of animated films back in the day. I don't think they are making films anymore. So you would be right on them, like, not being around. Did anybody ever watch The Secret of Nim? That was one of my favorite movies growing up. That was not Disney. That was, a Don Bluth film, I think? I should know. I should be ashamed of myself for not knowing. Like, how can I call myself an animator? Which but hello, welcome to the stream. I can't wait until it's publicly acceptable that we have met other sentient races so that we can have some other large organic mass that we can compare ourselves to. That is an interesting thought, but I would have to agree with you. That would be well, pretty amazing if that happened in my lifetime. I would like to be around to see that. Paradox says I like Fantasia growing up and Ferngully. Not sure if that's Disney or not. Fantasia is Disney, Ferngully is not. I can't remember who made that film, but I enjoyed that one as well. I think you and I might be close to the same age, just from judging by things you've talked about before. Let's see, what else did I like? Oh, I liked Charlotte's Web. That was a fun one. I got called Fern Gully sometimes. Because Fern is actually my middle name. It is not my first name. But it is a name that has been in my family for 3 generations, so I'm kind of proud of it now. But as a kid, I hated it, because people called me Pig Girl from Charlotte's Web and Fern Gully. Which, I don't know why I thought, like, why did that bother me? I don't know, because as a kid, everything bothers you, right? Paradox says I'm 29. Yeah, pretty close. Alright. Drum roll! I'm gonna tell you guys my age. Actually, no, I want you to guess it first. You have to guess my age, and you'll be the first ones to find out. Actually, I don't think Tipsy can guess, because I think you might actually know how old I am. So, shut your mouth. / stop your fingers from typing. $27. Oh, hello, Hakoba. Welcome to the stream. No, I am not 27. This should be fun. Don't worry, I won't make you guys guess for very long. 62. Ah! Ah ha ha ha! Ha ha! Ha! Yes, I am 62. Oh my god. If I can look like this at 62, I will be super happy. 12-year-old boy, of course! Didn't you know? I'm not actually a girl, I'm a 12-year-old boy. Because girls don't play video games. $25? Oh, you guys are all so nice. So nice. I am older than any of your guesses, other than 62. I'm not older than 62. I'm between the ages of 27 and 62. I'm 32. Okay. There you go. Now you all know. I actually got carded twice last night, though, at the same bar. Nice. Well played, Tipsy. Bad guess. To be honest, I think you've been at this for longer. At what? I'm not sure what you mean. Like, if you mean at the YouTube thing or whatever, then definitely not. I've only been doing that for like 2 years now. Alright, well that was better than my first attempt at a hand anyway. I made your fingers look a lot fatter than they actually are, but I might just refine that later. Good enough for now. Oh! Lainey missed my age. Too bad. Guess you'll never know. I am 32. Fern, you have watched Land Before Time, right? Yes! Absolutely. I loved that movie as a kid. Thank you for reminding me of that movie. I actually had the Pizza Hut hand puppets as a kid. Both my brother and I had those. Did anybody ever have those? It was like, I don't know if you had to buy them separately or if they came as like a little prize for kids when you bought them, but yeah, we had like all the Pizza Hut hand puppets. And then when I went to college and I had to get like binders, the plastic from the binders reminded me of the smell of the plastic from my Land Before Time puppets. It's weird how smell does that. Never been Pizza Hut either. Well, you're not really missing out. I won't shame you for that one. Now with a sentence like that, you better have some sort of explanation following, because what do you actually do? You mean like as a career? I thought you guys all knew. I'm an animator at a game studio. I've worked at my current job for about 2.5 years now, but I was an animator at a different studio for like 5 months before that, and then I was living in Nebraska and working like in advertising in Nebraska for a while. Oh, you're applying to Paradox. Okay, cool. What did Paradox say that made you... Oh, I just suck hands for a living. Okay, I missed what Paradox said. Yeah, I agree. Now he must explain himself. Turok on the Game Boy reminds me of Backstreet Boys because the first time I played it, I was listening to them, as embarrassing as that is. Hey, I listened to Backstreet Boys when I was younger. Ain't no shame. Growing up in the 90s, yo. Yeah, totally. Stuff like that does that to me, too. Wow, I think I made her arm too big. I mean, this is stylized, but it's a little too big. We're just gonna do a cheat here, because I don't feel like redrawing this. Boop-a-doop-doop. Oh no, come on. I accidentally deselected it! Ah. I am a software engineer. I was just trying to think of something clever to say. That doesn't make any sense at all. How does sucking hands apply to software engineer? I don't get it. Maybe it's a software engineer joke. Cobalt says, Fern, super important question. Subaru or Mitsubishi? I'm gonna go with neither, because I do not own a car, nor have I owned a car since 2011. Nor do I plan on owning a car in the near future. If I do own a car again, it will be a self-driving car. Sorry, one moment. Need to respond to my friend again. Okie dokie. You don't really need one where you're living anyway, Tipsy Fish says. Yes, that is very true, but I did go carless when I was living in Nebraska, and that is a much more difficult place to go without a car, because, well, there's not really very good public transportation, and the winters are harsh in Nebraska, so riding my bike around, I definitely got some practice. Let's see, of riding in the snow. I'm going to My drawing is a little bit off here, but you know what? I'm not gonna worry about it right now, I guess. Kobo says I'm a software dev too now since I studied engineering, though I guess you could say that makes me a software engineer. It's kind of interchangeable names, I think. I'm not really sure what defines a software engineer. At what point does the job description change from developer to engineer? Yeah, that's a good question. I certainly don't know how to answer that. Baha, Paradox, you're so clever. I can't even really repeat what you said on stream because it only makes sense in writing. Cobalt says I got to go, maybe back later, but I don't know. See you, Fern. Bye, Cobalt! Thanks for dropping in. It was fun chatting with you. Alright. Hand number 2, guys. Her hand should be a little bit easier just because we don't see her fingers very much. Actually, a little bit too big here. Ugh, that is a really hard perspective to draw on her pinky finger here. Also, I think I made her hand too big. Meh. It's okay, I guess. Oh, you make a lot of games at home? That's sweet. Also, that's like probably the best way for you to move up faster in your career, because people definitely like it when someone's motivated to do stuff in their free time. Which I should probably be doing animation in my free time. I mean, but drawing is fun too. What do you guys think? Should I stream animating sometime? Just thinking I might do that. I don't know how fun that would be to watch, because it's like, it's a much longer process than drawing is. Depending on the animation I'd be making. I was thinking it'd be fun to animate a cat, because I haven't done a lot of animal animations before. I would of course love to animate a fox, but I don't think I can get my hands on a fox rig at this point in time. Terra Squad says, ooh, yes, please. Hello, hi Terra Squad. Glad you can make it. No worries about being late. I appreciate people dropping in and saying anything at all. It does not matter if you're here the whole time or not. Of course, it's much appreciated if you are, but no hard feelings. Alright, my friend is supposed to give me a 15 to 20 minute heads up before he and his fiance are on their way, so I will let you guys know when I have to leave for the haunted house. I made you guys too far away from each other. Of course, now my sketch underneath is gonna be off, but oh well. Paradox says animation streams would be a lot of fun to watch. Alright, well we've got 2 yeses on the animation. That is something... Maybe I'll do that like next weekend or something then. Because like I said, I should probably be doing more stuff like that. I mean, drawing helps me too. Like, it's not a waste of my time for sure. Because it like just makes me a more well-rounded artist, and people like it when animators can draw, because that means we can like sketch storyboards and stuff, but I'm like nowhere near at any sort of level of drawing where I could ever actually make a living from it, so at this point in time it's just a hobby. In fact, the reason I went into 3D animation specifically was because I'm not really a good enough drawer to do 2D animation. And I mean also because like when I was going to animation school, their focus was on film. And the argument was that like they did have a 2D animation class, but they're like, yeah, there's not a lot of job opportunities for 2D animators anymore. But little did I really know how much 2D art and animation was going to come back in video games. And now there's like sometimes more opportunities to be a 2D animator in video games than there is 3D. All depends on the game, of course. Cuphead. I know that. Why do I know Cuphead? I think I've seen some of that. Oh, well, I'm glad you think my drawing is amazing. Thank you, Tara. You should see some of the stuff that, like, our art director comes up with. It is, like, mind-blowing. But that's, like, pretty much all he ever does, you know? So, if I just, like, drew and drew and drew all the time, I could be better, too. But same goes with the animation. Like, I can always be a better animator, too. And practicing that would be good for me. I don't think I've ever shown you guys any of my animation. I would send you a link to my demo reel, but it actually has my full name and contact info on it, so it's probably not the best idea for me to share that with the general public. But maybe if I do an animation stream, I will just, like, show you my raw video in the stream of my demo reel. I just don't want my phone number and stuff to be visible to everyone on Twitch and YouTube. Nor my full name, because my name is very unique, and if you Google my full name, you can find out a lot about me. Which normally isn't a thing unless somebody is famous, right? But it's just because there aren't any other people with my name combination, or rather there's just like one other person with my name combination, but there's not as much information on her as there is on me. Probably because I'm on the internet a lot. I'll make sure I'm early for that. Alright, well, I will try to give enough of a heads up for you guys. I know I've only been giving like a 3-hour heads up for these drawing streams. My apologies for that, but it just kind of depends on where things are at in my life. I was giving up a lot of my social life in order to do the game streaming, and I kind of don't want to do that, you know? Like, I already work 40 plus hours a week at my job, and I just don't have the time to commit, like, to a real schedule. I like having friends. I want to keep it that way and not make them think I don't like them because they never see me anymore. Let's see. I think we're getting close to being ready for some coloring. Let's see. I'm not really sure how I want to go about doing her necklace. I think I'm just gonna cheat and do some copy paste. But let's use a thinner brush and make a better circle than that. Drawing circles are surprisingly hard. I think you might need to talk to your wife about this, these pox that she has on her chest. She might want to get that looked at. Alright, I finally made a circle I want. My wife just said that we are going to get this frame and hang this up because we had a problem with our wedding photographer and didn't get any good photos from it. Oh, I'm so flattered! Also, that really sucks. I'm sorry you didn't get good photos. That's... man, stupid photographer. I hope you didn't have to, like, pay anything. Oof. Okay. This might be something... I'm going to address at a later time. Because... well, let's see here. Yeah, I think we're gonna put this necklace on its own separate layer. And I will come back to that. Hopefully this ends up in a museum. I don't know about that, but even being framed in Paradox's house sounds pretty good to me. Okie dokie. What happens when we turn off the outline? Or I mean the underneath? What is this mark here? What did I do? I don't even know what that was about. Alright, I'm gonna have to close off some of these gaps here. Okay. So now what I want to do is make a palette. Oh, your photographer was free and that was part of the problem. Yeah. Oh my god, 4,000 photos? That sounds like a nightmare to try to go through. Let's see, I need to put on a sweatshirt here. It's a little chilly in my room. I suppose I could also just turn up the heat, but I'm too lazy to do that right now. Okay. You guys are pretty much wearing the same color clothes, aren't you? Oh my god. Stripes and polka dots. You must hate me. I'm not sure how I'm gonna do the patterns. I might have to watch some sort of tutorial video for that. Also, sorry for coughing on the stream. I probably didn't cover my mouth well enough. Stop dying. No can do. From now on, all I'm doing is dying. I'm gonna make your clothes just a little different from each other. I had a teacher in high school that would say, you need to start smoking the ones with the filter every time someone coughed in class. It sounds like an awesome teacher slash maybe not super awesome? I don't know. Man, you and your wife are like very, very similar skin tones too. She's like just a little bit lighter than you, but barely. At least in this photo, anyway. Also, I just realized that, like, she has all this eyeliner on her lower eyelids, and I did not really show that, did I? I think I liked it better before. Blur. For starters, I need to close this off, otherwise my coloring isn't going to work. Honestly, I should probably make my lines as perfect as I want them before doing any color, but I'm impatient. Also, I'm wondering, this brush preset, I wish it was anti-aliased. I don't know why. I suppose that was intentional for whatever reason, but I think it looks kind of gross. What keyboard did I recently get? I don't know. Let me look at it. It is Magic Elic? Magic Elic GM211. And it's very dirty. I just found it on Amazon. Like, I was looking up these actual reviews of keyboards, trying to find a mechanical keyboard that I wanted to try, and then Amazon, like, recommended this one, and I read the reviews for it, like, from the people who had purchased it, and they were raving about it, and it was like way cheaper, and I thought, sure, why not? And so far I've been pretty happy with it. How clicky is it? Well, you can tell me that. You can hear me clicking. Oh god. No. Now how did... How do they do this? What if I try... Ah! There we go. That's what we want. Whoa. Okay. So obviously... Okay, right here. I think that might be our only spot. Should have been obvious to me that I missed this spot. Yeah, you can increase tolerances, but the problem I had was that I was trying to paint bucket on another layer, and it, like, doesn't recognize the lines on another layer unless you check that all layers button that I did. A wild cobalt has appeared. Welcome back, buddy. I'm in the process of trying to add color. Just need to close off all these gaps first. There we go. Ah, go away. And there we go again. Whoops. Yay, color! Color is the thing I need the most practice at, actually, so I'm looking forward to seeing if I can at least try to pull off what I'm going for. about the lips? Ah! Speaking of color, I colored a picture of a fox at the event I was at today. Awesome! I bet it was wonderful. Was this one of your animal drawings that you liked? Hopefully it was. I assume you got to draw a picture of, like, a fox that was actually there, which I'm super jealous about. Come on, no. Let's move. There we go. Do... Huh. I think we need to move whole mouth over. Stop. This is the joys of digital painting, folks. I can be not as good at drawing. There are some artists that argue digital painting is not real art, but screw them. It's just a different kind of art form. I mean, it's not exactly easy either. This drawing would honestly probably be better if I had made it on pencil and paper. Because drawing with a tablet is a lot less, like, interactive than with a pencil and paper. There's, like, a distance, you know, I'm drawing on a tablet and I'm staring at a screen, so it's a little challenging that way. Yeah, there we go. Tara just asked if digital drawing is difficult. I guess that probably answers your question a little bit. No, it was a coloring page that they printed. Also, the other wolves and foxes they had were actually not there because I don't think that two people can prevent a swarm of kids from touching them. Ah, yeah, okay, that makes sense. Easier to keep an eye on one animal than 6. That is certainly true. There we go. I'll fix the eyes later. Oops, I almost forgot. Whoops, no, come on. Ah! Did not mean to do that. Come on, why is this not color picking? Hello?
Don't try this yourself. It's extremely dangerous.
What is happening here? Oh, I bet I know. The eyedropper tool is not in all layers, is it? Yeah, that's what's happening. Oh my gosh, stop it! There we go. Ah, keep doing that. need to learn the hotkey for going up and down layers so I don't click them all the time. Do you know Paradox? If you do, you should tell me. Tell me now! Ugh, come on. Also, I should look up the hotkey for new layer. Shift Control N. Okay. Oh. Oh, now I can... Okay. Ah, you learn something new every day. Also, I want to figure out what is my hotkey for moving up layers? Maybe there isn't one. I bet there is. Anyway. Ooh, that is not as dark as I was expecting it to be. You know what I just realized? I should probably... There we go. That's what I needed. It's weird that that one wasn't like going up against the lines, but the other ones were. Alright. Uh-oh. Wait a second. What happened here? Oh! Uh-oh. It like colored in all the outline too. Oops. Okay. So... No, it did it again. Arg. How did Jazza do this? Sample size. Huh. Oh, okay. It just must be because my image isn't closed off enough or something. Creepy solid background color eyes. Yeah, don't worry, I will change that. But you know, they do that sometimes in like anime and stuff. I think Krillin is an example of that from Dragon Ball Z. Now, what is the deal here? Put our tolerance at 0 and see what happens. Huh. Oh, duh. Right here. Nope, that's not the only spot, apparently. Well, what is the deal? Oh yeah, he did just have small dots for pupils, didn't he? But he still had like the outline of his eyes though. Like the outline of his cornea was still there. Uh-oh. What did I do here? Oh! I was using the wrong color. Here I am ruining my drawing. Maybe that was what the problem was? Seriously? Let me try something. Now something's wrong with this. What? I'm not using this tool right or something. Ah! Wait. Did that do it? Yes! Okay, I needed contiguous turned on. I thought I wanted that turned off. Oh well. Oh, I checked. He kind of had these big eye outlines, but it was filled with his skin color and then small pupils. Yeah. I think, actually, sometimes he did have white in his eyes. I can't remember, but I feel like it wasn't always consistent. Is digital drawing hard, Fern? It looks very difficult. Well, there's things that are harder and things that are easier about digital drawing versus like drawing with a pencil and paper. I mean, you guys have seen me do little hacks like where I'm like, oh, his mouth is not quite the way I want it, or it's too big or something, and I can just select an area and, you know, move it around super easily, and I don't have to worry about eraser marks or anything. Like, the worst thing for me with drawing on pencil and paper when I was younger is, like, if you try to erase stuff too much, not only do you get, like, the messy thing, but you can also tear your paper by erasing or accidentally wrinkling it or something. Like, you never have to worry about your paper getting dirty, which is pretty cool. Let's expand that by 2 pixels, and then we can go in here and... Uh-oh, did I lose my cardigan color? Nope, it's still here. There we are. That is still not what I wanted. Let's try... What if I do... What? No, 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 no. There we go. Okay. I guess using the paint bucket is a bad idea, but if I use actual fill, then it works. Got it. Alright, I might have to go back and modify some other things. Whoops, looks like I missed part of her hair here. Actually, we'll just use a brush here. Digital drawing is also a lot cheaper, because I don't have to buy paints and materials. I mean, I guess you have that initial, like, software cost, and you, like, I had to buy a tablet, because there's no way I would ever try drawing with a mouse, or rather, I have drawn with a mouse in my past, and it's, like, a totally masochistic thing to do. But once you have that initial portion paid for, like, you don't really ever have to buy anything again. And actually, nowadays, Photoshop is subscription, which I suppose over time you could argue that it would be more expensive than just straight up buying the program, but like, the thing is, if you just buy the program, well, I mean, you can't anymore, you have to have the subscription, I think. But if you would just buy the program, you would always, like, you would never get the updated version when they had a new version come out. So, by having a subscription, you do get the new versions. I mean, if you're just gonna buy some pencils, some graphite pencils, and a sketchbook, like, you can get started with drawing on paper for less than 20 bucks. And it costs more than that if you want to get started in digital, but honestly, I would never tell someone they should do digital art until they've done actual physical art first anyway. I don't know why. Maybe I'm just being old-fashioned by saying that, because that's the way I started. But like, even when I was learning animation, they started teaching us 2D animation before we went into 3D, so that we could like get a basic understanding of, you know, the principles of animation. We didn't have to like be able to draw super well, but like, I had to do a bouncing ball on paper, and I'd made like a little snowman jumping over a thing, I don't know, just a snowdrift or something, and we had the jumping sack exercise, the dog tail wagging exercise, all these like little basic things that you learn as an animator, and we did all those 2D first. Okay, so this area is fine, but here we've got a leak somewhere. Aha. I guess I am not getting this done this stream either, Paradox. Sorry. But I'm trying new things, so that's part of it. That does not look like the color of your shirt at all, does it? Ah. It is a little more navy colored. Yeah, I think that's better. Cool Cobalt says, a lot of my friends are animators. Not like an actual job, though, just something they do for fun. That's awesome, though. I mean, it was just something I did for fun until I decided to make a career of it. I didn't just, like, go to school and be like, I'm gonna be an animator. It was something I had as, like, a hobby for a bit, and I was reading lots of books on animation, and then I decided to pursue it for a career. Let's see, what am I trying to find here? Select, modify, expand. I should probably hotkey this. Whoops. Did it again. See, this is why I need to have better line control, so that I don't have all these weird little gaps in there. I'll go up and clean that up later, I think. Alright, is this the color I want for her dress? Yeah, I think so. Uh-oh. Oh no, that's right. That's what I wanted. Now we're just gonna turn you guys into albino kids. I'm just really happy to get such a cool piece of work. Well, don't get your hopes up yet. We're not done. Who knows what this is gonna turn out like. What am I doing? Why am I doing this to myself? Well, actually... No. Looks funny with white eyes. Fern! Are ferns your favorite plant? Well, it's my middle name. I do like ferns. I don't know if I'd say they're my favorite plant, but they're nice plants. There's definitely a lot of ferns out here where I live. Washington is full of them because it is super duper wet. Let's see. Alright, good. Hair is closed off. There we are. What music is currently playing? I think it is... Alan Walker? Yeah, Alan Walker Spectre is the song. Okie dokie. I just got a text from my friend saying that they'll be here in about 25 to 30 minutes. So I will probably stream for another 15 minutes here. Just a moment. Okay. Alright, there's our base color. Ta-da, I'm done! Just kidding. Don't worry, I'm not gonna leave it like this. Oops, left my phone screen on. Your friend could join the stream for a minute, maybe. Well, he and his girlfriend wanted to go get drinks before we go to the haunted house thing. So, unfortunately, I don't think we would really have time for that. Whoa, I did this arm really bad. I'll have to address that later. Have you seen any effects from the wildfires down in California? I don't know how far north that would affect. No, not up here, but oh my gosh, those fires have been absolutely awful, haven't they? Oh god. It's so sad. Yeah, well obviously I gotta put in the chest hair, but we'll do that at a later time. Okay, so now... let me see if I can remember how Jazza was doing this. This was like... it was like... okay. So if I go like this... oh, wait. No. How does this work here? Maybe it's... I'm trying to make this into a clipping layer, but I can't remember. No layers are selected. Whoa! Okay, so something happened. The Space Needle is in Seattle, right? Yes, indeed it is. Okay, so that made it... Let's see here. I need to look this up. How to make a clipping mask in Photoshop. Let's see. Hold Alt, position the pointer over the line dividing the two layers in the layers panel, and then click. When making a clipping mask from an existing layer and one you're about to create, first select the existing layer in the Layers panel, then choose New Layer from the Layer menu or Layers panel, More menu. In the New Layer dialog box, select Use Previous Layer to create clipping mask. The layers in the clipping mask have the opacity and mode attributes of the bottommost base layer in the group. Huh, okay, so... This doesn't make sense to me. I honestly wasn't even aware there were fires in Canada. The media is very selective on what to report, I have noticed. Yeah, for sure. I did know a little bit about the fires in Canada, probably because I'm fairly close to them. Although you're in this area too, aren't you, Paradox? I'm thinking you're in the northwest. I don't know if my memory serves me correctly or not. Okay, so... what am I doing wrong here? Maybe... well, this is dumb. Why can't I figure this out, guys? Oh. Okay, so it's like... the bottom layer is essentially the clipping mask. Okay. So now what happens if I... ah. Okay. Ah! Got it! Alright, that's really weird to me. I mean, that's good, because I want the dress to be my bottom layer in this. Okay. I guess the problem was that because there were other layers below the dress layer, that it was including all of those as the clipping mask. Oh, you're in Pennsylvania. Alright. My apologies. Got to go, Night Fern. Good night, Cobalt. Don't get attacked by rabid Stiller's Jays. I will do my best to not get attacked. Thank you for your sentiment. I am not sure I know what those are. So... they'll probably get me when I'm least expecting it. Hello, Angelino. I love your top 10 coasters in Planet Coaster. Thank you. Glad you enjoy those. Other people have enjoyed those as well, but I don't really enjoy making them, so I quit because they were a lot of work and not really all that much fun to make. Okay, so let's see if I can figure this out properly. Okay. Ah! I've got it figured out now. There we go. Done and done. There is our skin shading. Alright, I did not actually have to put those into a group, it turns out. Now you got to go. Alright, bye-bye. Alright. My friend is going to be here soon. As soon as he texts me saying that they're leaving, I am afraid I will have to end the stream, so be aware that this will be over at any moment now. But I will get back to this later on. Come on. No. No, just let me move it! Ah! Why is selecting things with my tablet so hard? Now I think this color is way too far off than that I wanted. No, come on, just let me... Seriously? Seriously, Photoshop? Sometimes? I swear to God. Oops, no, we want this. Just... Oh, gosh. Okay. I give up. This is really frustrating. I guess I will just do this with my mouse. It's really dumb and finicky. Okay, now we need to change our brushes. Let's see. We want... I think we probably want the... No, I'm gonna go for a more comic booky look, so I want a more inkish one. Let's see, brush pen. Brush. Probably should have tried these out for my stream. Whoa, that's really weird. What? Oh no, did I seriously lose my color already? How did that happen? What? Where did that color even come from? That was weird. Tara says, got to go. Bye, Fern. Thanks for streaming. It was awesome. Hope you continue drawing. Really good. Thank you, Tara. Glad you made it to the stream. I do plan on doing some more drawing in the future. My wife just screamed beautiful when you had stripes all over her. Should I leave it that way? Alright, so here's like the super cool thing, is I don't have to worry about coloring outside of the lines right now. So that's why I wanted to make those clipping masks. And I'm just gonna go in here and do some basic shadows, and then we'll sort of blend them together later on. You know? It's probably something better I could be doing than this. I need to watch videos again. What happens if I do use this paint brush? Shoot, I don't know. This is kind of an experiment. Let's see. Go back to the brush pen. It's crazy, some of these artists that I was watching, if they were drawing this photo right now, they would have been done already. The amount of time that I've been spending on this. They're so good! It's funny too how people just make stuff look so easy. Like, oh yeah, no big deal. I can do that. And then you try it, you're like, fuck! It's always fun to read the comments in those videos too. Because people are like, oh yeah, okay, I got step 1, yes. Step 2, yes. Step 3, oh god, this is horrible. So I know I'm not alone. And my friends are on their way. So I'm probably gonna have to call it quits here. And we will pick up on this maybe tomorrow. Not sure what my Sunday is looking like right now. But there will probably be some sort of time in my day tomorrow to do some streaming. So hopefully I will see you guys then. Paradox says it's a learning process though, and that's what makes this so neat to watch. I would much rather someone get better than someone who just breezes through something. Well, thanks! I'm glad you like watching it. I was kind of thinking that might be the case. Like, I would certainly like to see someone improve in their process, and I feel like my streaming for you guys is like kind of a goal for me, like forcing myself to do this and get better at it. So, hopefully you guys enjoy it a bit. Tipsy says that's how martial arts are with some people. Try to do some of the moves and all he manages is spasm. Yep, that would pretty much be me too. Yup. Alright, anyway guys, it is time for me to go have some drinks and go to a haunted house. But thanks a lot for joining me in this stream, or thank you for watching if you're watching this at a later time. I really appreciate everyone being here, and it's fun chatting with you guys while I'm working, so I hope to see you next time. Thanks a lot, everyone!